So last week, I decided to take a spur of the moment trip with a friend to a paradise island in the Philippines. Now, initially, I'd been looking at the obvious touristy places such as Boracay, Bohol, and Sikihor, etc. The problem with these places is that although they are beautiful places, they can often be very overcrowded and therefore overly expensive because of the demand. However, I had it recommended that there was an equally beautiful island that was relatively untouched and gave a more authentic experience at a lower cost that was much quieter. Now, the name of this place is Camotes Islands, San Francisco along Santiago Beach. A 15 to 20-minute taxi ride to Mactan Wharf from Cebu City can take you on a 2-hour ferry ride to the island. The ferry is 650 peso and is fully air conditioned, and it would be best to try and ask for seats upstairs for better viewing and outside access. Now, on arrival at Camotes Island, once you've hopped off the ferry, just take a 2-minute walk through the port Consuela. In front of you, you'll find a dozen or so Filipinos touting for business, for transport services, the hire of scooters, etc., to take you to your resorts or destination. I began negotiating with a young lad about the hire of a scooter who quoted me a price of 500 peso a day at around $8.50. However, my friend had done some research before and knew there really should be no more than 400. So a deal was done. Now, I'd never really driven a scooter before, but I managed to convince my friend that I had many years ago. So we get onto this nice red shiny scooter and I couldn't even turn the bloody thing on. I didn't realize that you had to pull the brake lever, click a button and pull the throttle back a little bit to get it going. The thing is, all it takes is the slightest micro twist of the wrist and this thing just goes shooting forward to the alarm and amusement of everyone watching. But I composed myself, regained my balance and off we went. Now, I have to say that just how quiet the roads are on this island, you can do a mile or two and not pass any more than one or two scooters, which is actually a really good thing if you're not confident around city traffic, for example, like Cebu. After we'd done 2 or 3 miles, I was reminded that we better pull over and get directions to our resort. We'd already stopped and asked 2 or 3 of the locals, and they had absolutely no idea where it was. They'd never even heard of it, which we did find quite strange. Now, apparently, the mobile network Smart works best in these parts, which fortunately is the network that I was on. So we pull over. So I checked my email for the exact details of the booking of the resort. Now, initially, I was going to book the Santiago Bay resort, but at the last minute, for some reason, I decided to change to a resort called the Durham White Beach Resort. So I put the details into SatNav and I could see straight away that something just wasn't right. Google Maps was telling us that the resort was 7.5 hours away in a completely different place called Tabulan, which is about 150 kilometers north of Cebu. And as you can imagine, this started to cause a lot of panic as we realized basically I booked us into the wrong bloody place. So that meant that we had now nowhere to stay. So after overcoming the initial embarrassment of it, we decided to continue along a few miles to Tulang Beach, which is in itself a little paradise island of its own. There's a small boat that can take, I think, up to around 10 people across at any one time for around 50 peso each, but you have to wait until there's enough people. So we decided not to hang around and make our way across to the other side of the island to Santiago Bay and find accommodation. Now, in fact, this turned out to be a good thing because we ended up booking ourselves into a cracking little resort right on the beach called Hydrogen. And this little gem of a hideaway has apparently been open for just over a month or so. It seems to be run by a family where the owner supposedly has some kind of hotel in Ibiza. They've clearly used that Ibiza party, hippie, trendy, cool theme at this place as well. As you'll see from the footage, it has that kind of cool vibe to it. We were the only guests at the resort at that particular time, but I can see over coming months this place will slowly start to become one of the main attractions of the island. But at the moment, it's cheaper than you might think. Fast forward a year, and these prices will triple, and it will be fully booked most of the time. Now, cost-wise, I was looking at around 500 peso grab taxi to Macton Wharf, 650 peso for a 2-hour boat ride per person, 400 peso for the hire of the scooter, and 2,500 peso per night for the resort. Dining on the beach is incredibly cheap at around 600 peso for two people, including drinks, beers, three dishes, etc. And then the same costs on the return journey. So for around 5 or 6,000 peso, or 85 to $100, then extend out per additional night accordingly, depending on how long you want to stay. Now, sometimes in the West, you can't take a girl out for cinema and pizza for that. So to be able to take someone to what might be considered to be a Paradise Island getaway, I think that's pretty damn good. It just underscores the possibilities that are open for you out here. While I was there, I took a lot of footage, some of me riding the scooter with one hand while filming the local area, which resembled the province. Very authentic, unspoiled and untouched, along with various footage of other aspects of the island. But unfortunately, for some reason, when uploading onto Google Photos, at least 2/3 of it mysteriously disappeared, leaving me with only a fraction of our excursion left. Anyway, I've done the best that I can to piece it together and to give you at least some idea of what an amazing little resort that this is on a fantastic non-touristy island that's absolutely worth a visit. So this is the Hydrogen Beach Resort at Santiago Beach, Camotes Island. What a beautiful view. Gorgeous beach. And quiet as well. And this is the accommodation that we've got. Double deluxe room with a beach view. Okay, this is nice, very modern. We have a spectacular view with a balcony terrace straight on to the beach, and it's quite secluded. It's really not very busy at all. And this is really, really nice. And apparently down there they serve drinks and have a live band on an evening. So very, very pleased with this. Well selected. So if you want something really nice to eat, come and have something to eat at this place right on the beachfront. Let's go and have a look at the menu.
Hindi pa lang kanapit. Baca kawan. Go rush.
Nine AM, and this is beautiful, untouched, unspoiled, no tourists, no noise, just absolutely beautiful. Not a single person on this beach. So this is absolutely brilliant. Here we go, let's give it a whirl. All right. Beautiful port of Consuela.